everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're having some fun today. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverde, having a great time because who doesn't love a royal romance?
I love them.
Especially when it has a strong yet mysterious leading lady. We are adventuring back to 1920s Paris and Moscow as we kick off Broadway Across America with Anastasia.
It's full of intrigue and mystery and wrapped up in a musically astounding performance.
I absolutely love, I keep all these. I love Broadway.
Love Broadway too.
Then we're gonna, here, take a look at it. Then we're gonna change gears and we're gonna uncover the root cause of a disease, how one premier chronic disease-focused laboratory is really helping provide solutions.
And switching gears again, Chef Ralph is in the house to show us some welcoming recipes.
And Julie, they're made with the symbol of hospitality, the
pineapple.
Hello, sunshines. I've got lots of fall entertaining ideas featuring delicious pineapple.
Can't wait.
I know.
We also can't wait to share a great way to save money on some of your favorite things. Next month, that means October, we're kicking off the Balancing Act deals.
Deals? You can sign up by either texting the word balance to 21000. That's 21000. 3 zeros on your mobile phone, or just go to thebalancingactdeals.com.
We'll also be offering all kinds of great deals on every show. Register now so you can shop and save.
That's shop and save,
Shop
save and shop.
Shop and save, save and shop. The Balancing Act starts right now.
Broadway Balances America, brought to you by Broadway Across America, bringing the best of Broadway to a city near you.
It's time now for Broadway Balances America, our series that takes you behind the scenes of some of the most beloved Broadway musicals as they appear across the country in your local theaters.
Today, Anastasia, a sweeping story that follows Anya, a brave young woman who set out to find the story of her past. Along the way, she meets a series of colorful characters as she learns who she really is and who she could be.
Amber Milt takes us back in time to see how a street urchin makes a royal transformation.
Thanks, ladies. Inspired by those beloved films, Anastasia will transport you from the twilight of the Russian Empire to the glamour of Paris in the 1920s as one brave young woman sets out to learn about her past. It is a spectacular new musical about discovering who you are and defining who you're meant to be.
This sweeping new Broadway production has audiences believing in the power of home, love, and family, something that Broadway's Anya, Christy Altamar, is excited to share with Lila Coogan as she prepares to play Anya on tour.
As you wear this crown, which I've gotten to wear for the last year, never forget that this story means so much to so many people. I know that you're just going to be the light for them and the love for them and the excitement for them as they walk into the theater night after night and get to sit down and experience this show.
With stunning backdrops, dazzling costumes, and a soaring score, Anastasia brings to life the story of Anya, who may or may not be Russian royalty Anastasia.
Anya's not your typical princess, so tell us a little bit about her story.
Yeah, so she's rebellious. She comes from a place where women aren't supposed to be speaking up and they're kind of just supposed to follow along, and she does not do that. She's headstrong and she tells it like it is and says what she wants. It's an adventure about a young girl trying to find her place in the world and ultimately who she is.
Is this relatable to you, especially at this age?
It's super relatable, I think, to any young adult or young woman like trying to find their place. Especially to me, this is, you know, a big change in my life, so it's going to be cool finding my footing and figuring out like where I fit in.
The exquisitely designed costumes help transport audiences from the streets of St. Petersburg to Paris in the 1920s.
So the costumes in this are just jaw-dropping, and not only do they span different time periods, but also different continents.
The tricks that we employ as costume designers are color palette, silhouette, cheating within the silhouette to make it appealing to the modern eye. An example of employing color palette is I use famous paintings. In the Paris ballet scene, I use Gustav Klimt's paintings. So now you have the sea of gold and brown, and from that you have Anastasia arriving, making a jaw-dropping appearance in her blue dress, so she will completely stand out in color and in silhouette within the world. The transformation for Anastasia, we go from a more covered, wintry silhouette that is a little more dowdy and homely into something very rich and very confident. And I think the pinnacle for me of that is when she arrives in Paris in her suit.
So when people come to see this show, your artwork, what do you want them to come away feeling?
I want them to feel empowered. I want them to come away with feeling like they can do anything, just like this powerful woman in the story.
The costumes are complemented by the beautiful background.
With the LED screens, which we embedded not only on the back wall, but in the side turntables, it really gives a vast variety of looks. This show couldn't have happened 2 years ago. The technology's finally caught up to where we can really manipulate it and integrate it.
While the animated movie had memorable melodies, composers Stephen Flaherty and Lynn Ahrens expanded the score with several new songs just for the stage.
In the musical score, in creating it and readapting it for the stage, there are certain characters, certain plot lines that we couldn't use in this particular version. It was just part of my fun that I wanted to take small sections of characters and songs that we had lost and repurpose them and weave them into the score proper.
It's about, finding your home, falling in love, and discovering who your family is.
Making sure it all fits, we went behind the scenes to see how the pieces are put together as Lila received final adjustments at Eric Winterling's costume studio.
So this is Anastasia's first look, and it's meant to look, well, it will eventually look the most distressed and street urchin-like.
As for that iconic blue gown,
we are making her dress suit her as best we can.
And I was just remarking that Eric's work looks incredible up close and on stage, and I think that's one of the great things about Eric's work is that they're clothes. They're not just costumes. I wanted fabric that moved, so there's an extra floaty layer here, and the crystal beads are something that was our invention here for Broadway.
I feel like a princess, which is amazing.
And what romance is complete without an equal match for this princess? Zach Adkins, Broadway's Dimitri, sat down with Lila to offer advice and discuss Anya's journey.
These parts that we play, Dimitri and Anya, are some of the hardest singing parts on Broadway right now, or on tour right now. They literally take up all of your energy every single night. She'll be traveling via plane or via bus to a new city, and it really takes away that much-needed relaxation time.
I think Dimitri teaches Anya to be a little bit more patient, because I think she just wants to go, 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 and sometimes it is important to evaluate.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting, like from the moment Dimitri and Anya meet on stage, they push each other's buttons in a way they probably have never experienced before. They're very quick to fight with each other, and that's very much the romantic part of the relationship too, is the fighting.
Yeah.
And so you get to see that, and they have these weird connections, but it all comes from a place of, I don't really like you, but I like you a lot.
Yeah.
And that's always like kind of the playfulness that goes on stage.
Fans of the show, known as Fanastasias, truly love the musical.
The show seems to strike a chord with a lot of young people who are on a journey to figure out who they are. Not necessarily specifically Anya's journey, but a journey into womanhood or manhood or adulthood as themselves, and they come and see our show and they're like, okay, I recognize these people who are just trying to figure out their own journey to find who they are.
Now audiences across the country and soon around the world will be entering the theater and journeying to the past.
I want them to feel determined, and I think I want them to feel like they can do anything that they put their mind to.
Yeah, I think I would want the audience to take away that everybody's on their own journey, and there's no right way to take that journey, and it's going to pull you in 1,000 different directions, but, being true to yourself and remembering what made you who you are to start with is what's going to get you to the end of that journey.
The North American tour of Anastasia is coming soon to a theater near you. Check out Broadway Across America, Broadway Balances America, or you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com, for all the show information, tour dates, and more.
Doctors strive each and every day to make accurate diagnosis so that patients can feel better and improve their quality of life. Unfortunately, many patients find themselves in a vicious merry-go-round. They're feeling symptoms that are very real, but not getting the answers they need. This cycle can sometimes go on for months, even years. My next guest knows too well what that feels like. She is 13-year-old Carol Ann Pollard, and her mother is with her today, Allison. Also joining us this morning is Dr. Anastasia Katani, Medical Director for Salveo Diagnostics. Dr. Katani will be sharing a new tool that is helping doctors and patients get to the root cause of these symptoms and lead them to the right path to good health. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Mom, let me start with you. You noticed something was going on with Carol Ann at the age of 11. What happened?
Carol Ann was in 5th grade and she didn't want to leave me. We would drive to school in the morning and she would start crying and was unable to stop crying for hours, sometimes 2 or 3 hours of tears that no matter what I did, I couldn't help her stop the tears until finally the tears would run its course and she would fall asleep for the rest of the afternoon.
And this just started out of a sudden?
Sort of out of the blue, just out of the blue. And she was unable to go to school for the last month. We had to pull her out of school because she simply couldn't leave my side at that point.
And she wasn't like that before?
Not at all. She was a normal kid who loved to play outside and loved to ride her horse and did all kinds of things that regular 11-year-olds do.
Carol Ann, can you describe what you were feeling? The anxiety, what was it, sweetheart?
My hands would get really shaky really fast. My heart would start pounding. I would get sweaty, sometimes nauseous. And then I would try to rub the energy through my hands onto my knees.
How did this affect you as the months progressed growing up?
I didn't really play outside at all like I normally did. I didn't play with my friends, and normally when I go to the barn, I'm super happy before and after. But I'd be sad when I got in the car, and almost normal when I got to the barn and rode. And once I would leave, I would be sad again. And it almost started to feel like a normal for me.
Dr. Katani, let me bring you in. I understand Mom reached out to you.
Yes, she did.
She was desperate, wasn't she?
She was. I was at a Christmas party that she was attending, and she broke down in tears because she didn't know what to do for her. She had gone through all the traditional paths and thought, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but she's not getting any better.
And when you started looking into it, were you seeing that there was a problem?
Oh, significantly, yes. I was able to talk to Carol Ann and examine her, and I realized that there's more here than meets the eye. There's definitely a problem.
So how do we get to the root of the problem, doctor?
Well, Hippocrates stated that all disease begins in the gut, and we're finding out that he's right, in that poor gut health is at the root of many chronic diseases. So what we have designed are now tools that allow us to look at the gut even more deeply than previously to get to the root of the problem. In Carol Ann's case, we did a gut health stool assessment and we also did blood work. We found that she not only had a bacterium in her gut, which was creating a tremendous amount of inflammation, but we also found a condition known as hyperpermeability. And what that is, it's where there is a leakiness between the cells that line her digestive tract. And when that happens, many other things occur. For example, you cannot absorb nutrients and vitamins properly, and you also need those things for the development of neurotransmitters, because our gut is actually acting as a second brain. Those neurotransmitters are the chemicals that not only relay information in our brain, but they also help to define our mood and emotions. And a great portion of those are created in the gut.
Why aren't doctors performing these type of tests that seem to be giving answers?
These tests rely on new technology that requires some education. So we are passionate about educating providers to get to the root cause of chronic diseases. Patients go to their healthcare providers all the time with symptoms such as migraine headaches, fatigue, muscle aches, depression and anxiety, and they don't always get better. We need to look deeper into why people are experiencing these symptoms. And by looking deeper, we can actually fix the problem and give them real healing.
Carol Ann, I want to end with you. How are you doing today?
Much better.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. You're 13 now?
Yes.
Back in school?
Not yet.
Not yet. Going soon?
Yes.
All right. And tell me maybe some things that you're doing that maybe you weren't doing before.
Playing with my friends. I'm more independent, and I'm just much more happy in myself. Feel normal again.
And Mom, thank you for sharing her story, and hopefully it can help somebody out there who may be going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Dr. Catani, do appreciate everything you're doing. For our viewers out there who'd like more information, where do they go?
SalveoDiagnostics.com.
All right. And of course, if you'd like more information on Salveo Diagnostics, check out our website, thebalancingact.com.
Fall is here, and that means football, family get-togethers, and good times. We've got festive ideas that are delicious and nutritious. Dole Pineapple is on the menu. Today, I'm making chipotle steak tacos with pineapple avocado salsa. This is a simple and easy one. We're gonna start with 1 can of Dole Pineapple chunks. I'm gonna separate the juice, leave the pineapple over here. To this, I've got about 1 cup of chipotle peppers pureed. To that, I'm gonna add lime juice, some beautiful honey, sweeten the whole party with that, and then some fresh garlic, about 1.5 tablespoons. We're gonna whisk this all together. The pineapple juice is this killer great protein breaker down, right? So if you use it in a marinade, it's really great for the meat. It makes it tender, delicious, and juicy. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna baste my steak right here with some of this delicious marinade. It's just that simple, quick and easy. Sometimes you don't got all day to cook. Sometimes you just need a second and a little bit of help from your friends. Put that right on the grill. Brush the other side. While that's cooking, I'm gonna get down here and talk about the pineapple avocado salsa. Here's what I've got. Delicious, luxurious pineapple and some of the juice. To that, I'm gonna add some diced avocado, fresh cilantro, green onions, scallions, red peppers, all come together with a little bit of lime juice and some more of that chipotle puree. We're gonna whisk this all together with my spoon. That pineapple and avocado, you know, they dance so well together. It's like Fred and Ginger the way they move around. The pineapple's sweet, the avocado's creamy. You add that chipotle inside of here, and it's really like a perfect food. And look at this taco. My, you look good. I got these tacos ready. I'll deal with you in a second, but boy, oh boy, those look nice. I've got some more great ideas right over here. How about this for a family gathering goodie? Aloha chicken wings. I take the pineapple juice, I mix it together with soy sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, some ketchup, a little bit of ginger, toss the wings, bake them in the oven. Mahala back, girl, that is so good. Fresh, juicy pineapple up on top, a little bit of lime, it's great. How about a hot, cheesy pineapple dip? This is crushing it in my house. Me, over here, I'm having a little domino party, and I've got some beautiful pineapple chunks wrapped with the bacon on a skewer, hit it with a little bit of chipotle powder, drizzle it with some honey, bake it in the oven, then right into your mouth. Man, you are gonna thank me when it's over. Now, pineapple is a great thing to have in the house. I always got some in my pantry. You know why? Because if you get a little bit of Dole pineapple, and you crack that can open, no matter what it is that you're making, it's gonna be more tropical, it's gonna be a party, and it's delicious. All these recipes and more can be found at dolesunshine.com or our website, thebalancingact.com. Remember, this has been a quick bite. But chew slowly. That's good.
I absolutely love this. I'm telling you, when it comes to South Florida, I want to see Anastasia.
If it comes to Atlanta, I am definitely seeing this.
And it was great to see Amber. She looks fantastic. She looks great.
Remember to head to our Facebook page and our website and to follow us on Twitter.
And don't forget our Instagram at Julie and Olga.
That's right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next time.